All right, what's up, everyone? I'm back, and so let's talk about what's happening this fall. It's been some time since I've put together a video, but I wanted to kind of give back to a couple of my partners that wanted me to continue to this because they were looking for advice on where the market is headed, what's happening, and where we're going to go next. And I'm going to go ahead kind of do a brief on the three instruments, the YM, the ES, and the NQ. We're going to take a look at what's going on, and then what I'll do is I'll take, if you guys want me to give some similar feedback on stocks, please comment on below on all the comments. I'd like to answer any questions that you have, and I'll go ahead and do something similar for the stocks that you want me to do. In the meantime, let's get started. Let's start with the YM. What's happening? So here, let's take a look and see where the past year's been, right? So we had a really low back last year around this time. And, as you can see, it's pretty flat. I mean, yes, there were big ups and downs, but overall, if you're looking at it, it's kind of traded somewhat in a channel, right? The entire year. There was a period where it went down, but then you'll see that, look, if we were to go ahead and put some sort of support and resistance, let's take a look at, this is the high right here. And then we had one piece right there, and then we had the ultimate low here in the last year. And then you have this channel right here, sort of. Yeah, if I were to go ahead and put sort of a marker, I would put it somewhere right around here, and then maybe another one right around here. Okay. Obviously, we see something that's being built, but I don't see like something concrete. Sure, this could be one point, but remember, this is on the RAM indicator. It's bouncing off the RAM indicator, and boom, it went up. And then when it did cross below the RAM indicator, you could see the 200-day kind of held up. So what are we looking at here? This is where we are right now. Okay. As you can see, it's touched the RAM indicator and is about to pop back down. There was some sort of strong bulls trying to take it up, but it just couldn't handle it, and bears came in and brought it back down. So my prediction here is that there's a possibility of maybe some sort of downturn, right? We may see some sort of couple of days down over here in this area. However, look, we still have the 200-day over here. You got the RAM indicator above the 200, which indicates that you're still looking at an upward trend, right? Sure, you made a lower high over here, like compared to this. This is a lower high, and that kind of puts a little bit of pressure to have it come down here. But I don't see it like staying too long for down here unless there's some big news, right? So if you're looking at opportunities, maybe there would be an opportunity to maybe get a long right here. As long as you don't see this downturn, as long as you look at the MACD, as you can see, the MACD is turning green. So there's some room for it to come up. So if you see an opportunity from this area to get in on a long, and that'll push up. Right. So the other thing, let's take a look at what's happening in terms of retracements, because we do see a big upward movement. And look, it's been down all the way over here, and it's been high all the way over here. If we were to go ahead and take a look at this, and let me remove all of these other drawings so that you can see what I'm talking about. Remove the drawings. And the reason why I want to do this, I want to show you like what really happened. Like, we're always looking at the 38.2, right? This is the marker that we always want to look at. Okay. You notice how I put these fibs in here and automatically you see the 23.6. It touched it and boom, it went bounce right back up. And so this is why I'm saying that it could possibly come back down here and then ride back up and go straight for the top, right? And this is where it's going to try to ultimately hover around, right? It's just going to try to see if it can break the top, and if it can't, it'll continue to go down back and reach this number, the 38.2. So between these two, this is where we're going to be headed in the next few weeks, maybe even a month. However, look at this MACD. It's kind of got the slope upwards and it's above, and you got the green marker. Okay, so if you get some sort of buying opportunity, there's good news in the market, there's going to be some room for an upward trend. This is on the YM. Okay, so this is the Dow. So let's take a look at the NQ, see what's going on. NQ is a little bit more volatile, right? It's got different stocks in there. So you want to be careful if you're trading the NQ versus the Dow versus the S&P. Let me remove all of these. Let me remove. So now this, we're looking at a year's time frame, right? As you can see, there's some channel movement over here, and then boom, it broke out. You saw it crossed over, the RAM indicator crossed over the 200 moving day average, and every time it would come down and then boom, just keep going up, and then it broke down over here below the RAM indicator and went down, and then try to touch it again, broke up. Now there's some room for upwards. So what's happening here? Look, you see the MACD, it's breaking above the zero line. What does that mean? It's gonna basically right here, you're looking at more upward trend. Okay, it's gonna try to break this right here. So again, before I put in the resistance, let's take a look at the fib and see what's happening with the fibs. All right, so 23.6. Wow, look at that. Bingo. It touched it, and then it bounced right back off. Okay, that was pretty obvious, right? I mean, if we had put this in here, that would have been the thing to do, right? And pretty much trade off of these numbers. And so this is why it's important. 23.6 and the 38.2, they're pretty key when it comes to fibs. Whether it's retracements or expansions, you want to keep an eye on those numbers. So that's the fibs. Let's take a look at the actual support and resistance right here. Okay. So these are what you're looking at, right? You got the highs over here. It's going to try to gravitate towards that high, and then what it's going to do is either going to try to break it or touch it and come back down. And then the reason why is because look, we've already hit that fib number. It's going to try to gravitate to the next fib, and then bring it back down. Or in this case, right? Look at these. There was some pressure from the bears to bring it back down. Some indecisions going on with these candles, right? And you had this big green. There's a possibility that maybe another couple of days like that, and then it could go up or it could come back down. But what I'm seeing is it's crossing the zero line, so there's going to be some room upwards. So we're looking at some upward movement on the NQ over here as well. Okay. So if you guys are in shorts, just be careful. This thing is still going up even with all the news in the market. We're looking at continuous movement upward. So that's on that. And let's look at the ES, see what's going on at the ES. All right, so again, right here is when it crossed. The RAM indicator crossed above and went over the 200 moving day average. And as you can see, as it fell below, it kind of went down, touched it, went down, touched it, crossed it, went up. And every time you see it, touches it, goes up, touches it, goes up, goes down, touches it. But then look, it crossed right here. Wow. So look what happened. It went down, and then it tried to gravitate back right towards it. Okay. And again, we got the MACD over here. It's going to cross over the zero line. room for upward movement where it's gravitating again towards the high. This is another one of those, all three of them. Looking at highs, you got the, let me put the low here, you got the high here, you got some support right there. Look at this, twice it touched it. You got some right over here. And then we got some room, let's see, maybe around over here. Okay. It's going to gravitate again towards the high. It's going to look to break it. If not, boom, comes back down. But at least this is indicating that we're moving towards uh, some sort of a high or close to that. Or it's going to gravitate continuous. Even though it made a little bit of a lower high, what's going to happen is it may filter down to here a couple of days, get people to buy in, and then boom, back up. So keep that in the mind. Let's look at the fibs on this. All right, oops. All right, so fibs, what happened here? Look, it touched the 23.6. Boom. So obvious, right? And then it's going to gravitate to zero, back all the way up to the top, and that's what it's doing. And if it doesn't, and if it fails, what it's going to do is going to come back to the 23.6, and if it crosses that, it's going straight to 38.2. Right, so just keep an eye on. This is the scenario, right? Potential scenario. So we never know what's going to happen, really, right? Based on news, I mean, we're going into September. We're going to start looking at October. Somewhere back to school, people are, back in their mojo. Let's see what happens with the market, right? You saw the news that came out with the data. This could change at a moment's notice, but at least you know where to be prepared. So, in that respect, this is what's happening right now. If you're trading, I know a lot of you guys are trading the NQ on a daily basis, and you like to day trade. I'm going to quickly just kind of run through a lot of the day trade scenarios, and I'd like to trade on the 1 minute to kind of show you what's happening on the 1 minute. And again, the markets are closed right now, so you're not going to really be able to see much. Um, and let me see here. Yes, I got these won't work. these are opportunities, right? Every time you see it, opportunities. But when you're trading the RAM indicator on intraday, you want to walk away with a few candles and just take a profit. 1, 2, 3, 4 points, 10 points. NQ is pretty volatile and moves a lot. So maybe 10 points. You want to stick to 10-point targets. Take 10 points and walk away. 10 points, walk away. 10 points, and walk away. And so throughout the entire day, you see those opportunities. And sometimes you may get stopped out if you're trying to get 10 points over here. In this case, let's see what happened. If you were to try to get 10 points here, 13, 23, you would have gotten it. A 10-point handle. You would have gotten it, and you wouldn't have had a stop loss. Okay, so that's what's happening. I'm gonna go ahead and update more videos like this on a daily basis, and I will try and give everyone an update as to what's happening, where we're doing it. I'll try to make it quick. This was a long one since I haven't posted one in such a long time. I decided I'm gonna go ahead and put something out there for like 15 minutes. Alright, if any questions, leave me a comment, give me some feedbacks, make sure you hit the subscribe.